KNDY.
Good afternoon and welcome to sunny Concordia, Kansas, where the Marysville American Legion team is getting ready to face off against Hiawatha on a Wednesday, Friday afternoon. Max Blasky with you here field side as we get ready for Legion baseball action. A big thank you to Bruce Dierkin and Katie Dieter back in the station that are going to get me going here this afternoon. We've got a fun day of baseball ready. Got a few more stops. We're going to take a quick 60-second break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at starting lineups, get you ready for American Senior Legion action here from Concordia.
At Reflections, you will find a treasure trove of items and gifts backed by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Shop your Hallmark Gold Crown store for the biggest selection in greeting cards, Christmas ornaments, gift wrap, home decor, and gift ideas for all your celebration and personal needs. In addition, Reflections offers custom framing services and specialized Black Squirrel products, along with your favorite K-State and KU fan gear. Shop Reflections in downtown Marysville today.
It's that time of year. Hey, Blue Valley customers, come see us this summer at one of the county fairs to pick up your customer appreciation coupons for the 4-H food stands. Help us celebrate another year of keeping our communities connected and how much we appreciate the opportunity to serve you. Find the full schedule at bluevalley.net/summer.
Thanks for supporting our sponsors. They're the most important part in our providing continued quality service. Mention KNDY when you patronize our sponsor businesses.
It is a beautiful day for baseball here in Concordia. Max Blasky back with you as Senior Legion baseball getting underway here in first-round action of the state tournament. Smith County, the 3-seed, already knocked off 6-seeded Independence earlier this afternoon. So this competition between Hiawatha and Marysville, winner will move on to face off against Smith County later tomorrow afternoon. Starters for Hiawatha, as they are the away team. They'll be batting here first tonight. They come in with a record this year of 26-10. These two teams faced off earlier this year. Hiawatha winning both games 7-5 and 9-1. Leading off for Hiawatha, it will be Josh Smith, your second baseman. He'll be followed by Cooper Jacobson, first baseman, Ashton Rocky, your center fielder, Samuel Dunn, shortstop, batting fifth, Brant Brandhill, left fielder. Caden Smith will be your DH. Cooper Wishrop will be your catcher. Lucas Lancaster will be third baseman. Michael Holdman will be in left field, and on the mound today for Hiawatha, Gannon Becker. First pitch of this game is going to be a ball on the bump today for Marysville. It will be Wyatt Detweiler, the sophomore from Axtell. Gets the nod here today after pitching a masterful game against Concordia a few weeks ago, a 7-6 win here in that zone tournament play. Second one is going to be a ball two as well, quickly up in the count. 2-0 will be Josh Smith. Another fastball high and away, and that one is going to be 3-0. So quickly, Detweiler behind in this count, 3-0. Marysville comes into this contest 17-14 on the year. They won their zone play, or actually lost in the championship versus Concordia 8-1, but with Concordia being host, Marysville was able to claim a spot here today. A 3-0 pitch for the first batter of the game is high and tight with a fastball, so it's going to be a walk now right out of the bat for Detweiler. In the field behind the pitcher here today, setting over at first base, Alex Shale. Setting over at second base, Gavin Leduc. Around the horn shortstop will be Wes Anderson. Carter Olson over in third base as the Frankfurt duo take care of the left side of the infield. Out in the outfield, left to right, Grant Hafley will be in left, Landon Schmitz will be in center, and over in right field will be Ty Mosier. Second batter here for Hiawatha will be Cooper Jacobson. The big first baseman steps in right-handed side. Runner on first takes a little bit of lead. First strike of the game will be called in there from Detweiler. As mentioned before, these two teams met earlier in the year. 7-5 and 9-1 was the wins for Hiawatha. Was talking to Wes Anderson's head coach. We got a rundown here between first and second. Smith is caught in between second and first. We're going back and forth. Can he get there? Safe. Smith somehow got out of there. Marysville 4 or 5 times back and forth. I believe it was Leduc that finally tried to lay out and tag him out. It was the second baseman, Leduc, as it was a good pickoff play by the pitcher. Detweiler just couldn't quite get Smith at the back. Smith is going to be safe at first, but Hiawatha looks like they're going to be early off to run here in this one. 0-1 count now to Jacobson. Righty on righty action as we're going to throw that ball away. Had a little dirt on it. Detweiler didn't like it. Good group of Marysville kids here. You have players from Axtell, Frankfort, Marysville, Valley Heights too as well as Hanover native too as well. As Valley off-speed pitches fouled off to the right-hand side. So mixed match group here this year. Talking to Nick Anderson earlier today, he said this group has the potential to make a run here at state. They just haven't had a lot of games together due to some injuries, due to some players setting out. As here's an 0-2 pitch that's going to go high and outside 1-2. But an opportunity here now at state to make a run in what is a loaded state tournament field. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. Big off pitch over to first. Smith gets back safely. Still runner on first and no outs. First batter of the game got on a walk. Wyatt Detweiler on the mound for the Bulldogs here today. A few subs in the outfield. We'll see as the 1-2 pitch is going to be outside. It's going to be 2-2 now. Evened up that count. Detweiler trying to stay away from early trouble here. That pitch is going to be high and outside again. Now all of a sudden a full count to the second batter of the game, Cooper Jacobson. Big number 11 standing in there, right-handed bat. Detweiler takes a peek over at first, brings home that home pitch. That's going to be a foul tip to the left side. Foul ball stays alive for one more will be Jacobson. Hiawatha comes in here with the second best record. They're the 2 seed here in this tournament, 26-10. Top seed Iola, 27-6. We'll play Norton later on tonight. The game after us hosts Concordia at 11-7. We'll take on 5 seed Corning. There's a pop-up left side. Olsen gets under it. Foul territory and up over to Carter Olsen. This stays at first base after that leadoff walk. Ashton Rocky now center fielder, number 8 for Hiawatha. Steps into the plate, left-handed batter now. Looking to get Smith over to second. Another pickoff play over to first. As Detweiler almost had him early on in this game. Had him in a rundown. Just couldn't quite get him out early on in this one. Just getting started here in Marysville. Nothing score. There's a swing and a miss. Detweiler's going to get ahead here early now. 0-1 in this one. We thank you all for tuning in. You're catching us here in KNDY Radio. Of course, you can stream us all the time at KNDY, or in the KNDY app, also at KNDYradio.com too as well, wherever you might be. As we get closer to football and basketball season, if you haven't downloaded the app, take those Bulldogs wherever you go by finding KNDY in the App Store. Pitch right down the middle. Detweiler head on this one now, 0-2, looking for his first strikeout of the game. 0-2 pitch. It's going to be low and outside. Good eye there by Rocky. Going to get himself a ball. Detweiler walked the first batter of the game. Got Jacobson to a full count before he popped out to Olsen over in the third base hole. There goes Smith. Takes off for second. Throw down to second. That's going to be high and away. Wild throw as Smith steals a second easily. So runner in scoring position now. First steal here for Hiawatha here so far today. Runner on second. 0-2 pitch. There's going to be a pop. It's going to be short right field. Coming in as the right fielder. Dive. No, he will not get there. Smith's going to get all the way home. Hiawatha is going to strike first in this one. Has a good try in the right field by Ty Moser, but couldn't quite get there. An RBI single for Ashton Rocky as Hiawatha takes the early 1-0 lead here in the first inning. It was a good pitch attack there by Detweiler. Got Ashton Rocky down 0-2 early in the count. Gave him 2 balls there. Just had to put one down the middle. Rocky fought it off to the opposite field, and Moser just couldn't quite get to that dying ball. It is a windy day here in Concordia this afternoon, blowing hard to left. There goes second steal of the day. In there safely will be Rocky. Second steal already here for Hiawatha early on. But a windy day blowing out to left field as this field faces, pretty much due east and west, a little bit faced to the north. We were talking a little bit before as there's a drive up the middle, taken by second base or shortstop Anderson. Fire on the third. Out is done. Good play there by the shortstop Wes Anderson. Now we have a runner on third with 2 outs. Grant Barnhill, 5-hole hitter, left fielder here for Hiawatha, steps into the plate, looking to give Hiawatha the early 2-0 lead. They've already got 1 run across here early in the first inning. Hiawatha, even though the higher seed, they are going to be the away team here so far. No, Marysville will be the away team. Excuse me there. First pitch to Barnhill is going to be in tight and inside. Ball one from Detweiler. A one chopper back to the pitcher. Detweiler's going to tag out Barnhill. Gets him, and that will do it for the inning. One hit on a 1 run, 0 errors in the field after 1/2 inning. Hiawatha up 1-0. Marysville next up to bat. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Croc Family Insurance is here to help you find the right insurance products to protect what matters most to you. As an independent agency, they represent over 80 companies that allow options for the right products at the right cost. See Brian Croc today for home, auto, commercial coverage, and more. Call or stop by at 1119 Broadway, just west of the courthouse in Marysville. Find them online at crocfamilyinsurance.com. For complete coverage and a competitive quote, reach out to Croc Family Insurance in Marysville.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
Skip the drive. Come see us right here in Marysville, Kansas. At Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, you'll find the same honest sales experience backed by the same reliable service. With the same goals in mind, our Marysville location is sure to provide you with a satisfying vehicle experience. Find us on Facebook or stop in at 1122 Pony Express Highway today.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
Take me out to the ball game.
And welcome back to Concordia, Kansas. Marysville American Legion down 1-0 here early on as Hiawatha struck first with a single, first batter of the game got walked. He stole second. A bloop single by cleanup hitter Ashton Rocky got Josh Smith home for the first run of the game. Marysville now up to that. They're going to lead off with Grant Hafley, who is in left field here today. Batting behind him, Landon Schmitz will be in center fielder. Batting third, Wes Anderson, your shortstop, already with one dazzling play here today. Cleanup will be Carter Olson as the Frankfurt pair clean up the middle of the lineup. Olson is at third base. Gavin LeDuc, your 5-hole hitter at second base here today. Out in right field, Ty Mosier batting sixth. Batting seventh will be pitcher Wyatt Detweiler. Alex Shale will be at first, and Jordan Miller is the line plate here, batting ninth today. On the bump here today, Gannon Decker for Hiawatha, big right-handy, lengthy. We'll go right-handed here as a right-left matchup as a ground ball to the third side. Grant Hafley times it into the ground, but Hafley's going to run that one out. Ball gets away from the first baseman. Hafley's going to take off for second, and he's in there easy with a hit and an error there by Hiawatha. Single and an error so far here by Hafley on the first pitch of the offensive attack for Marysville. Looking to get something going here early on. This isn't a team that shows a lot of power, and with all the wind here today, it's going to be tough to show that off. But the speed that this team does possess, we saw them a couple times here earlier in the year. Of course, had a chance to call Marysville at state. Really likes to hit and run. So did that Frankfurt team with Olson and Anderson in the middle of this lineup here today. Landon Schmidt, center fielder from Axtell, now steps into the bag, takes a big swing at second pitch. It is 1-1 here as Marysville looking to get back into this contest. 1-1 pitch, even up, fouled straight back, and Smits will be behind in the count 1-2. Big thank you to all our sponsors, Marysville Sports Booster sponsors, that made this broadcast possible so far here today. As we get closer to football season, just about a month away. If you want to be a Marysville Sports Booster, give us a call up at the KNDY studios. We'll be sure and get you on. Smith flies this one at the short center fielder. Shortstop's going to come back on that one. We'll leave Hafley at second. And as Smith pops out to the shortstop for the first out of this half inning for Marysville. Marysville was able to get here by way of a loss in the championship in versus Concordia in zone play back on the 20th. Of course, Concordia being host automatically gets a bid at the state championship run. They'll be in our next game as they face off against 5-seeded Corning. Marysville so far this season 17-14, but they ended up winning 3 of their last 5 contests. And if you want to go back even farther than that, 4 of their last 6 contests. So on a little bit of a roll here is this Marysville offense. Here's a big pop fly by Wes Anderson, shallow right field. That one's going to drop in, and getting all the way over to third now will be Hafley, as Marysville's got runners on the corners on 2 singles so far here in this bottom of the first inning. A little help from the wind there, as before mentioned. It's blowing kind of out to left field, about probably 10, 15 miles an hour so far here today. So we're going to fight it on the radio. But it helped Anderson get that single there, get Hafley over to third base. Cleanup hitter now will be Carter Olson, a big portion of that Frankfort offense in their first year as a program earlier this spring. Went all the way to the regional championship against Mission Valley and ran into a buzzsaw of a good team down there. But plenty to look forward to from those Wildcats. Here's going to be a pop foul over to the third base side, left fielder giving chase, but it's going to be out of play. And plenty of awards, too, here from this Marysville Senior Legion in regular season action. As Anderson goes to second, we're going to throw down to third as Marysville tried to double steal. Anderson's going to step in there with a steal into second. So now runners at second and third for the Marysville Legion team, only with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, trying to answer back Hiawatha as they took the early 1-0 lead on a walk. First batter of the game turned into the run for Hiawatha. 1-1 pitch was high and inside, so 2-1 as Olson is ahead in this count. This is going to miss just inside, too, as well. 3-1 on Olson now. Hafley at third, Anderson at second. 1 out here at bottom of the first. Marysville looking to tie this one up or take the lead. That pitch is going to be high, too, as well, and we're going to have bases loaded now for the Legion squad. Carter Olson walks himself on to first, and now we'll bring up 5-hole hitter, number 27, Gavin LeDuc, second baseman so far here today. LeDuc looking to break through here. He had a chance to get that runner out in the top of the first inning. They had Josh Smith in a rundown between first and second. LeDuc went diving for him. Couldn't quite get him. Gave up that run early on. Now looking to make up for that. First pitch is the ball. 1-0 count comes in. That's going to be high and outside, too, as well. 2-0 now to your 5-hole hitter with bases loaded. Hafley at third, Anderson at first. Anderson at second. Olson at first. 2-0 count. That's going to be high outside, too, as well. 3-0. This Marysville squad is working these counts here early on. Not a big power hitting team, but will use their speed and their hitting abilities. Here's going to be a pitch taken right down the middle. A little give-me pitch there from the pitcher, Gannon Becker. I was talking to a few people from Hiawatha. Becker, probably the best pitcher here so far today, but not quite in the line, and he's going to walk in the first run of the game. Walk there will send LeDuc to first, move everyone else up 90 feet, and Hafley will come around to score the first run for Marysville. We're knotted up now at 1, the bottom of the first inning. 6-hole hitter Ty Mosier, right-handed batter, steps in now. Right fielder had a chance to get it out early in that first inning. Ball landed just in front of him, just outside of his reach. Now there's an opportunity to give his squad their first lead of the game, too, as well, as we're going to have a little coaching exchange here, a little timeout, as the coach wants to give his pitcher a little bit of a break. Mentioned before, these two teams met earlier this year, Hiawatha winning 7-5 and 9-1. Marysville, before that contest, they were an even par on the season, 5-5, losing that one. Had a tough little stretch towards the latter part of June, lost 4 straight games, kind of been back and forth all season, 17-14 on the year. Kids in, kids out. Started with 16 kids on this team, only down to 12 now as they enter the state tournament. This team scores just under 7.5 runs a game and allows just under 7, so it's been a pretty even-killed season for this squad. Of course, most of these kids were on the Junior Legion team last year that won state and only lost 3 games on the season. So winning is in their DNA. They just got to find some rhythm. After that break, pitch is going to be busted in there for a strike, too. Mosier right fielder now down behind tied in the count 1-1 after 4 straight balls from Hiawatha. Here's going to be a grounder left side. That's going to be foul and out of play. Mosier now behind in the count 1-2. Base is still juiced for the Legion team. Hafley came around to score after a single in that bottom of the first inning. Anderson drove him in with a single. He now stands at third. Olson now at second, and Gavin LeDuc at first after 2 walks in this bottom of the first inning. There's a ball, 2-2 count, 2-2 pitch. That's going to be driven right field. It's going to be in the air. Right fielder under it, but that's going to drive home 1 run on the sacrifice fly as Anderson comes home to score, and Marysville takes the early 2-1 lead. So a good sacrifice there by Ty Mosier. Now pitcher Wyatt Detweiler stepping into the bag. Righty on righty matchup. Detweiler, pitcher here today, gave up 1 run early in the first, looking to give himself a little bit more insurance. Mount pulled the trigger on a high fastball, but he's going to watch that one go by, heading the count now 1-0. 1-0 count. That's going to be down for a strike. 1-1. Marysville already running through 7 batters here in this bottom of the first inning. Legion gains play quickly. Here's a drive, short left field. That one's going to be caught, though, by the left fielder. Nice running catch as Detweiler pops out to left. At the end of 1 inning, Marysville leads 2-1 after 2 runs on 1 hit. 2 walks issued in that one. We'll be back here in 60 seconds from Concordia, Kansas.
There is a difference. Oh, what a difference.
We've helped a lot of families own their own home. We have several options available in mortgage loans. If you're thinking of building or buying a new home, come in and see us. We're an equal housing lender. First Commerce Bank. Experience the difference. Member FDIC.
There is a difference.
Free CPA in Marysville has built a heritage of trust and reliability with your accounting, tax, and business advisory needs through the years. Certified public accountant Marcus Fries, with over 25 years of experience, and his staff continue that tradition of outstanding service to you, the customer, each and every day. Free CPA, downtown Marysville.
Back at the old ballpark on a Friday afternoon. I'm glad to have you all along here from Concordia as we've got Marysville American Legion baseball on the air. Of course, we're here on KNDY FM 94.1 AM 1570 on our mobile app and online at KNDYradio.com too as well. This is game 1 of Marysville's run here at a possible Senior Legion state title. Mentioned it a little bit in that half inning. Junior Legion won state last year with a 3-loss record. Early on in the day, 3-seeded Smith County at 12-7 defeated 6-seeded Independence 3-2. Independence had runners on second and third in the bottom of the 7th after scoring 2 runs. Was able to hold on for a win. So winner of this contest will move on to tomorrow, Saturday afternoon's game. Loser of this one will play 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Right now, Marysville up 2-1 after driving in 2 runs in the bottom of that first. Hiawatha gets the action with the big righty Caden Smith, your DH here today, wearing number 32. 6-hole hitter is going to drive it left center fielder. Left fielder comes in. Good running catch there by, who's out left here today, Grant Hafley. Pops out on the second pitch of the at-bat. Marysville quickly 1 out here in the top of the second. Hiawatha started this scoring off early in the top of the first. Leadoff hitter Josh Smith worked himself a walk, ended up stealing second. An RBI single by 3-hole hitter Ashton Rocky drove home Smith for the lone RBI. Marysville answered back with 2 of their own there in the bottom of the first, thanks to 2 walks and 2 singles. Wes Anderson with a single run scored. Grant Hafley drew a single in his first at-bat as a leadoff batter. He came around to score, And 2 walks by the middle of the order. Carter Olson and Gavin LeDuc really helped to move those runners along. Wyatt Detweiler back on the mound here. Had a little control trouble in that top of the first inning, but seemed to be settling in here decently. Ahead of Cooper Wishroff, the catcher here today, wearing number 5, and Detweiler gets himself a swinging K. Big strikeout there by the Axtell Eagle. Looking forward to seeing him on the gridiron here in a couple months. We're watching him right now deal on the mound. Quickly 2 outs now here for Hiawatha. Stepping in will be Lucas Lancaster, third baseman here today. Detweiler comes set. That one's going to be clips the bottom corner there. Thought that one might be low. Detweiler throwing strikes now. Fell behind the first 2 batters of the game. Looked to be in a little bit of trouble, but quickly got 3 outs there, top of the first, after allowing that first run. 1-0 pitch is going to be taken for a ball. Knotted up now here at 1-1. Not counts. A little high and tight. 2-1 as Lancaster thought about that one, held the trigger back. We're going to play again here. 2-1 count. Thought about that one, too, as well. Just a little bit too high, and now we've got ourselves a 3-1 count. So just praising Detweiler there a second ago. 2 quick outs here, top of the second, trying to get this third one. That's going to be way too high, and that's going to be a ball. Will allow a base runner here on the third batter of the inning. After 2 quick outs, Detweiler couldn't quite control his command, and now Michael Oldman, left fielder, will step into the box. Hiawatha already with 1 or 2 steals here so far today, looking like they might send a runner again. Nope, not on that one. Pitch is going to be low and outside from Detweiler. Behind here in this count, 1-0. Detweiler comes set with a 1-0 count, swings it right back up the middle. Detweiler's going to get this one, flip it on the first, and a clean inning there for Marysville. No runs on no hits, no errors in the field. Quickly we go to the bottom of the second. 2-1 is our score. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
Skip the drive. Come see us right here in Marysville, Kansas. At Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, you'll find the same honest sales experience backed by the same reliable service. With the same goals in mind, our Marysville location is sure to provide you with a satisfying vehicle experience. Find us on Facebook or stop in at 1122 Pony Express Highway today.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
Kickafer and Bussing, certified public accountants in Marysville and now in Seneca, are qualified and available to assist you with all of your income tax and accounting needs. Stop by and visit Ken Kickafer, Kent Bussing, or their staff of certified public accountants and paraprofessionals. For prompt and friendly service, contact Kickafer and Bussing at their 2 locations, 1100 Broadway in Marysville at 562-2100 or 508 Main Street in Seneca at 336-2400 to set up an appointment. Kickafer and Bussing, where quality begins.
It's not quite October ball, but it is July ball here on KNDY Radio. Thank you all for tuning in. For Max Blasky here on the call today, Bruce Dierking and Katie Jeter back in the studio making the show run. Marysville leading 2-1 here as we go into the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to Alex Shale, 8-hole hitter here today, is going to be a ball. Pitcher took a little stumble there on the mound. Pitcher for Hiawatha today, again, Gannon Becker. A little stumble there on the second one, too, as well, as Becker's quickly behind in this count 2-0. This is what Marysville did in the bottom of the first inning. They worked 2 walks. There's going to be a drive to the third baseman, quickly picked, though, nicely. Over to first, and out will be Shale. Now batting, Jordan Miller, your catcher here today, number 23, stepping to the right-handed side of the batter's box. Mentioned at bottom of the first, Marysville drew 2 walks, got 2 steals, played a little small ball, got the bases loaded as Miller swings at the first pitch, grounds it foul, but got the bases loaded, drove in 2 runs, thanks in part to a walk by Gavin LeDuc and then a pop-out sacrifice by right fielder Ty Mosier, kind of poetic justice there for Mosier as he was just short on a pop fly in the top of the first that allowed a run for Hiawatha. Comes back, gives his team a lead in the bottom of the first. Quickly, though, behind here is Jordan Miller, 0-2. Watches this one go high and tight. He's going to got himself one more pitch here. Count now 1-2. Working quickly here. Pitch comes in. That's going to be low and outside. We're going to draw even now at 2-2. Fun part about Legion ball, they do move quickly here. Becker working fast here on a hot day from Concordia. Hot and windy as it is late July. Here's going to be a pop-up third base side. That one's going to be out of play by just about 2 feet as Miller's going to stay alive for another opportunity here in the bottom of the second. Marysville so far here on the season, of course, 17-14. They were 10-20 last year. A young team, too, as well. A lot of 2B juniors coming into this season. A lot of 2B sophomores, too, as well for this Legion squad. So looking forward into the future. Should be a good next couple years for this Legion team. 3-2 is your count. Payoff pitch. Going to be driving center fielder. Shallow right is actually working out. Wind's going to push it. Second baseman comes out there and gets it for the second out. Josh Smith, lone run for Hiawatha, claims that second out of the inning for Marysville. Back to the top of the order now, Grant Hafley, who singled, ended up scoring a run, actually singled and then got all the way to second on a throwing error on the basically first pitch of the game from third baseman Lucas Lancaster as Hafley grounds it to the shortstop. Grabs it, throws it over, and out is Hafley. Good looking play there by the shortstop. Marysville goes quickly in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors in the field. Marysville still up 2-1. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Fresh as fresh can be, Papa Dave's Veggies are garden fresh and available each Saturday morning at the Farmers Market in Marysville. Pick of the crop with guaranteed fresh, all locally grown garden produce. Catch Dave Bruna Saturday mornings at the Marysville Farmers Market or stop by the garden on North 6th Street. His phone number 785-562-6341.
In your bustling lives, we're constantly on the move from hectic commutes to family outings. Blue Valley Insurance offers comprehensive auto coverage to keep you safe on every journey. Whether you're heading to work or driving your kids to practice, we've got you covered. Visit us at convenient locations in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville for personalized auto insurance solutions tailored to your needs. Drive with peace of mind knowing you're protected by Blue Valley Insurance.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY. Marysville American Legion leading here 2-1 as we go into the top of the third. This squad looking to get to day 2 of this tournament. Winner of this contest will take on Smith County as they defeated Independence earlier here today. We are still a long way from the finish. Both teams got runs in at the top of the first. The last inning, it was all pitching there. Detweiler took, let me give it a count here real quick, 6 pitches to get through his top of the first. It took Gannon Becker, same number, 6 pitches to get through his bottom of the second last inning. Detweiler takes the mound here again against the top of the order. Josh Smith will lead off. He drew a walk in his first at bat. Here's a swing and a miss on option number 1. Looks like umpire took a little clip there as he has to take a little walk away. Happens every now and then. We're going to give Blue a second, but Smith drew a walk on his first bat, stole second, came around to score on that bloop single by Ashton Rocky that fell right in front of the face of Ty Mosier. But quickly now, Detweiler ahead in this count, 0-1. 0-1 count coming in. That's going to be low and outside, 1-1. Marysville American Legion, didn't mention it in there earlier, but in their black home uniforms, as they are the home team so far here today. They are the lower seed, but they are playing the home squad here today. So black top, white pinstripe pants with the red Marysville on the top, red numbers in the back. Hiawatha in their away jerseys, red tops, pure white pants, with their black numbers and blue numbers and blue Hiawatha across their chest. 3-1 now is the count to Smith as Detweiler's falling behind. Here's a give-me pitch right down the middle. Pulls this one full now here. 3-2 for Detweiler. Had trouble at the top of the order in the top of the first. Pretty easy there in the top of the second. Looking to do the same thing he did last half inning. Takes a deep breath here. Gets set. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be fastball right down the middle. Ripped straight back as Smith was setting on that just a hair bit below. Detweiler looking to try and get Smith out here for the first time so far. 0 for 1, but does have that walk that came around to score Hiawatha's lone run. 3-2 pitch, that's low and away from Detweiler. 2 straight walks now here for Smith. And just as he did in the first inning, I'm sure we're going to see him run. They had him picked off in between first and second on a rundown. Gavin Leduc couldn't quite chase him down as he went diving for him. So I'm sure we're going to see Smith here moving pretty quickly. Cooper Jacobson now, first baseman, tall, left-handed, wearing number 11. Popped out to Olsen at second base. Now drives one on the first pitch to right field, right between the second and first baseman. So Hiawatha in early action here in the top of the second with runners on first and second with no outs. Ashton Rocky, center fielder, coming up. He's 1 for 1 so far today. Has a steal and an RBI. Drove in that lone run on a bloop single to right field. Detweiler trying to keep him at home and send him right back to the third base dugout. Runners first and second after a walk and a single. This pitch is going to be swung on and missed as Rocky was behind that fastball. Detweiler heading the count now 0-1. Defense again behind Detweiler. Olsen at third, Anderson at short, Leduc at second with Shale at first, and the outfielders Hafley in left field, Smits in center field, and in right field, Mosier patrolling a big outfield here in Concordia. Detweiler comes with an 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a bloop down the line. That's fair down the third base line. That's going to drive home 1 run. Coach is calling home 2. No, we're going to hold on. We're going to tie this one up on an RBI double by Ashton Rocky. Is going to tie this contest up at 2-2. Hiawatha in action now with runners at second and third. No outs here in the top of the first. That ball was about 1.5 inches from being fouled down that third base line. Rocky did a good job of just pulling those hands tight to his body, driving that pull hitter right over the head of Olsen as he about got there. But now Hiawatha in action again. Runners second and third, nobody out. Here's a pitch high and away from Detweiler as Samuel Dunn, cleanup hitter, shortstop here today, takes aim in the left-hand side of the box. Detweiler comes in. That one's going to be just a hair high, too, as well as quickly behind in the count. 2-0. Brings it in. That one's going to be inside, 2 as well. 3-0 count now on the 4-hole hitter as Hiawatha just tied this contest up at 2 on an RBI double from 3-hole hitter Ashton Rocky. 3-0 pitch. That's going to go off the top of the catcher's mask on a swing and a miss. 3-1 now here. Popped out in his first attempt, did Dunn, as he steps in trying to give his squad the lead here. 3-1 pitch. That's going to be driven straight back now over the fencing over our head as Detweiler has worked himself back into this count. 3-2. First 2 batters of this half inning. Smith got himself a walk, and on the first and second pitches, there were hits for the second and 3-hole hitter. There's going to be a pop out to Leduc. Good job by Detweiler getting that pop out, getting himself at least 1 out. No double play in action. Runners on second and third, but always trying to get an out here. Big one there for the Marysville Senior American Legion team as Brant Barnhill steps in. Left fielder wearing number 38 as 3 straight left-handed batters finally get into the box. Barnhill, gets into the box. Here's a pitch right down the middle from Detweiler, and this count now 0-1. 1 run here in the top of the second already for Hiawatha tying this contest. That pitch was pretty darn close to the same spot. A few groans from this Marysville side to the right-hand side of me. That's going to be a ball 1-1. Detweiler brings home the even pitch. That one's going to be high 2-1. Hiawatha started this game with 1 run in the top of the first. Marysville took the lead in the bottom. Hiawatha just tied it up here moments ago with a RBI double from Ashton Rocky. Isaac Detweiler on the mound here for Marysville. Worked quickly in the top of the second, but here in just a little bit of trouble. Runners on second and third. 2-2 is going to be the count after a foul ball. Second and third, already 1 run home here for Hiawatha. Detweiler catches himself a little break on a hot Friday afternoon. 2-2 count comes home. That one's going to be outside. And strike 3, actually. Slow relay. I thought that was looking outside, but a backwards K there for Detweiler as his second strikeout of the day comes in a big spot for the Marysville American Legion squad as big DHer Caden Smith comes up. He popped out to left field in his first at-bat. 4th straight left-handed bat Detweiler is going to face. Runner still standing on second and third. First pitch is going to be called strike. Looked a little high, but we're going to call that one a strike on the first pitch. 0-1 count from Detweiler. That one's going to be high and outside. Not this one up at 1-1. Detweiler started this inning off with a walk. Josh Smith drew that one, got driven home by an RBI double. Ashton Rocky and Caden Smith comes through with a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs for Hiawatha. He's rounded for second, and he is in there with 2. A 2 RBI double for Caden Smith as Hiawatha takes this lead. Coming around the score will be Ashton Rocky and Cooper Jacobson as Hiawatha takes the lead here in the top of the second. Smith got a hold of that one and drove it right over the head of Carter Olson, third base. A hard-hit ball to left fielder. John Hafley's going to come in here real quick, take a quick chat with Wyatt Detweiler. I'm sure he's talking. It's a hot day out here, and, of course, pitcher stays out there on the mound for a little bit too long. You start losing your control. Those 2 hits, they were right down the middle, but a lot of those strikes so far here today have been right there. Not really a pitcher that paints the corners, but it looks like we are going to go with a pitching change. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to come back down to the new pitcher is here as Wyatt Detweiler exits the game, giving up 4 runs with a runner left on third. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Since 1976, Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions has been your farm and home marketing team. Let the experienced family team of Tom and Rob Olmsted and brother-in-law Tom Kirkland guide you when buying or selling a home or farmland. Delivering timely, honest, and professional guidance, visit olmstedrealestate.com to view current listings and auctions. Your farm and home marketing team is Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions.
Sold 300. That's buyer 5-2.
Have you ever wondered what sets Sunflower Community Credit Union apart from the rest? It's the power of ownership. When you join Sunflower Community Credit Union, you're not just a customer. You're a member and an owner. Sunflower Community Credit Union is a member-owned, nonprofit financial institution that places our members' needs as our top priority. We're here to help you grow your savings, manage your finances, and achieve your dreams. Visit Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville, where ownership matters.
Isaac Detweiler exits the game after giving up 4 runs in his two and 2/3 innings. There's 2 outs here in the top of the third. He is still responsible for the runner standing at second. That was Caden Smith, who just drove in 2 runs on his 2 RBI double. Stepping out to the mound will be Wes Anderson, as Anderson and Detweiler are just going to switch positions. Detweiler will step into shortstop now, and as Anderson takes the mound. First pitch from Wes is going to be low and outside, as Cooper Wishrup will stand in here now for Hiawatha. Wishrup was a strikeout victim, 1 of 2 for Detweiler in his 2 2/3 inning pitch. Detweiler also gave up 3 walks along with 4 hits and those 4 runs. 3-0 now is the pitch for Anderson. Here comes that 3-0 pitch. That's going to be a walk outside as on 4 straight pitches on his first batter. Anderson walks a man. So we've got runners at first and second now as we make sure we get all our stats right here. Hiawatha leading this one 4-2 after Marysville held the 2-1 lead. Happened top the first 2 as well. Hiawatha struck first. Marysville answered back with 2 in the bottom of the first. Hiawatha 3 runs here in the top of the third as now new pitcher Wes Anderson on to the mound looking to get out of this jam. 2 runners on, 1 first and second, as his first strike is going to come in to Lucas Lancaster. Lancaster drew a walk in his first at-bat, was left stranded at first after a ground out. And now quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Lancaster. Anderson working fast here, trying to get that coveted third out here in this inning. Runners in first and second, 0-2. That's going to be high and tight. About got Lancaster to chase on that high fastball. Lancaster did a good job holding back there. Righty takes a peek inside, does Anderson, and Anderson comes set, brings it home on the 1-2 count, going to ground at third base, and it's going to be a foul ball, staying alive 1 pitch at a time. Upcoming for Marysville in the bottom of the third will be Schmitz, Anderson, and Olson. If anyone gets on, Gavin LeDuc will get a chance to bat too, as Marysville will either look to try and tie or take the lead, at least drive 1 run in, as they will be down at least 2 runs when they take an at-bat here bottom of the third inning. Second straight foul ball now as Lancaster stays alive. 1-2 count now as Anderson takes a peek in. Brings it in. That's going to be low and outside from Anderson. 2-2 count now, trying to get that third out. Hiawatha scores 3 runs in this inning, thanks to a walk, a single, and a 2 RBI double as this pitch gets away from the catcher, Jordan Miller. Runners move up 90 feet on the passed ball. First pass ball here in this contest for either squad. Here's going to be a drive third baseman. Olson picks that one up out of the dirt, throws on the first, and Marysville gets out of that one. It is going to be 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 men left on a base, and 2 walks issued as Detweiler's day is done. Gives up 4 runs on 2 strikeouts, 4 hits, 3 RBIs. Anderson comes in, walks 1, but doesn't give up a run. Going into the bottom of the third, Marysville trails this one 4-2. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Tires aren't all the same, and neither are tire dealers. Find a dealer like Mike's OK Tire who carries Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Next time you need tires, don't deal with amateurs. See the tire experts. See Mike's OK Tire in downtown Marysville for tires, repair, alignment, and service.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Back to the mound for Hiawatha, and Gannon Becker takes a pitch. First pitch going to be left field. That one's going to hang up there high forever. Left fielder comes in. Brant Branhill gets the first out of this bottom of the second. Not the way you wanted to see this bottom of the third, start off with, as Landon Schmitz pops out to left field. Popped out to the shortstop in his first at bat, popped out to left field here in his second on 1 pitch. Now Wes Anderson will step into the plate. Fouled that one back. A little bit too late on that one, as now new pitcher Wes Anderson here trying to get himself on base, get that run back, those runs back. Now Anderson pressing a little bit as he swings and misses through that second pitch, quickly behind in the count 0-2. Anderson, a first-team Sports in Kansas All-State designated hitter, as he drives one right side, right fielder coming in, but he gets that one as that left field breeze kind of floated it back into play. So 2 quick pop-outs for Marysville as they trail this one 4-2, bottom of this third inning, as Carter Olson will step up to the bag. He drew a walk, got all the way up to second in that first inning. Since then, Marysville hasn't been able to do much. There's a drive right back up the middle off the second base bag. Don't see that happen very often as Olson takes a wide turn at first. Left fielder has to come all the way in to get that ball. Went whistling past the pitcher's head. Saw that in the first game early on. A pitcher from Smith County took one right off the chest and popped back up, caught him in the mouth. Ended up being okay, but always a scary situation when it goes whistling past. So nice little single there for Olson here with 2 outs at the bottom of the third inning. Now we'll step left-handed hitter Gravin Leduc. He grounds one right to the pitcher. Quickly, Marysville will go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors in the field. 1 man left on base, and that was Carter Olson. Quickly, Marysville gets out of their bottom of the third inning. Bulldogs still trail here 4-2. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Update your home today with a new look from Feldkamp's Furniture Mart. See their tremendous selection of living room, dining room, and bedroom sets and furniture, as well as bedding, accent pieces, appliances, and more. Financing options for any budget up to 24 months with no interest, as well as free delivery, making buying local easy. Shop Feldkamp's Furniture and Flooring in Marysville today.
When you rollers send for Schroller.
For complete body repair, see Jeff at Schroller Collision Center. A family business for several generations, let Jeff and his quality crew help you with your auto needs. Schroller Collision Center, 701 Carolina, 562-3546.
5 pitches for pitcher Gannon Becker, in that bottom of the third inning as Marysville went 1, 2, 3 after Olson got himself to first. Marysville trails this one 4-2 after giving up 3 runs in the top of the third inning. Wyatt Detweiler started off this contest. He exited after 2 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs on 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 4 hits. Wes Anderson now on the mound for the Legion, and it looks like we're going to have another pitching change coming out of half. No, we're not. Looked like Carter Olson was setting up there. I didn't think he was quite a pitcher yet, but Anderson will go back onto the mound. Of course, quarterback for those Frankfort Wildcats, as they're going to get their season started off here in just about a month. I had a chance to talk with his dad and head coach of the Wildcats, Nick Anderson, a little bit before the game. Looking forward to the opportunity that this TVL squad has this year. Of course, you can catch all regional games over on our sister station throughout the fall on FM at 95.5 as all of those calls all fall season long, and what should be another exciting football season in northeast and north central Kansas. Quickly ahead of Michael Oldman, 0-2 is the count as Anderson working fast here in the top of the first. Strikeout for Oldman. Good pitch, blew it right by him. Anderson a little bit more of a power pitcher than Detweiler is. Kind of funny you're seeing both quarterbacks from schools about 30 miles apart out here on the mound for each other. The second strikeout here today, or third strikeout, for Hiawatha. First one for Anderson in this top of the first. Now that Josh Smith, he has come through with 2 of the 4 Hiawatha runs so far today, both coming on walks. A very patient hitter from the left-handed side of the box. Hiawatha goes left-handy at the top part of this order. Anderson gets a swing and a strike as we're on a 1-1. Now swing and a strike on the 1-1 pitch, quickly ahead of Smith 1-2. Anderson comes through with the 2-1-2 pitch, knocks this one up 2-2. Smith looking to get this Hiawatha offense rolling. Hiawatha took the early 1-0 lead. Marysville answered with 2 in the bottom of the second. In the bottom of the first, no one scored in the second. Then Hiawatha got 3 in the top of the third. Anderson drives this one full 3-2 pitch. Check swing is going to be a strikeout called. Back-to-back Ks here for Wes Anderson, as Smith, his first out of the day, comes here in the top of the 4th inning. So Anderson works fast through the first 2 batters. Now we'll face 2-hole hitter Cooper Jacobson, the lone righty at the top of this lineup. We'll take a step in. Ball 1 will be the call as that was slowly down and away. Anderson brings home this 1-0 count. Going to be called a strike. 1-1 now is your count. Anderson looking to work a quick top of the 4th, and he does. Grounds it to LeDuc. LeDuc over to first baseman, and Marysville gets out of this inning without any trouble. 2 strikeouts, no runs, no hits, no men left on base, no errors in the field as Wes Anderson works quickly through the top of the 4th. Marysville up next to bat. Trailing in this contest 4-2. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Dreaming of a new home? Let Inline Construction make that dream a reality. Custom home builds from foundation to finish with your plans, or they'll help you with design. Build on your lot or take advantage of Marysville's newest subdivision, Hartley Ridge, at 8th Street and Jayhawk Road. Call today and get started with Inline Construction of Marysville.
At RX Drugstore, you will find an unparalleled level of customer care. Their friendly and courteous staff is ready to help you. Prescription refills are a breeze by calling in or placing your order through their mobile app or website, and free delivery is available in town in the Marysville, Frankfort, and Beatty communities. Your local Health Mart pharmacy provides prescription, over-the-counter, and durable medical equipment services, as well as stylish gift and decor items for your shopping pleasure. Stop in at RX Drugstore in downtown Marysville today.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY Radio as Marysville Senior American Legion squad trails Hiawatha 4-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Up to bat, Ty Mosier, right field, who got a sac fly RBI, drove in Marysville's second run of the first inning. Takes a first pitch strike. Works second pitch now as we're even at 1-1. Marysville sent, let me see here real quick, 7 batters to the plate in that first inning. The next 2 innings, they sent a combined 7 batters. So needing to stay back, watch some more pitches here as this game goes along. It is a warm day from Concordia. Pitcher Gannon Becker is doing a good job for Hiawatha so far today, working quickly and throwing strikes as Mosier fouls this one off. Now on the 1-2 count, he's going to ground this one to third baseman. Mosier with some speed. It is going to be a foul ball, though, as he stays alive to see another one. I want to thank all our sponsors made this broadcast possible. I want to thank all of you listening in, too, whether from Marysville or elsewhere around the world on the KNDY app. Appreciate you tuning in to Marysville Senior American Legion Ball on a beautiful Friday from Concordia, Kansas. 1-2 pitch is going to be high and tight. Bring this one even now, 2-2. Marysville looking to cut into this deficit, trailing 4-2. There's going to be swing and a foul ball by Mosier. Marysville took the lead in the bottom of the first inning, but gave up 3 runs in the top of the third, thanks in big part to a 2 RBI double by designated hitter Caden Smith for Hiawatha. Started that running off with a walk from first baseman. Here's going to be a drive right field. That one's going to be caught by the right fielder for the first out of this 4th inning. Wyatt Detweiler now steps up to bat. He was your pitcher here in line for the loss here early on, as he gave up all 4 runs so far here today on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He switched with Wes Anderson after 2 2/3 inning. Anderson has come in, pitched 1 1/3 inning of scoreless ball with 2 strikeouts to his name. Detweiler so far popped out to left field in his first at bat. He was the final out of that first inning. Fouls this one over to the third base side too, as well, as we're quickly knotted up here at 1-1. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th inning, as Detweiler toes that line again. Looking to get something going here for this Marysville offense. Haven't had a base runner except for a 2-out single by Carter Olson there in the 3rd inning. Shallow right fielder, second baseman goes out. Another pop out here for Marysville. It's going to be 2 straight pop outs now. It's quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th, as first baseman Alex Shield will step in. He grounded out to the left-handed side of the field. Third baseman in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Becker comes set with the 0-0 pitch. That one's going to be low and outside, as Shield is ahead here 1-0. Been a quick-moving first couple of innings here so far, as both pitchers did a good job. Had a 3-2 game in our first game of the afternoon between Smith County and Independence, and here we are at 4-2. So far here early on at low-scoring games. There's going to be a drive to right field. That one's drifting foul, and it is going to be just out of the reach of the right fielder out there. Good chance to remind you that Marysville ends up winning this contest. We'll be back on the air 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. If they can't come back from this 4-2 deficit, we'll be bright early, 8 a.m. Saturday morning, tomorrow morning. Early wake-up call for your announcer here, but we'll get her done. Might be a little cooler tomorrow morning than it is right now. Not too bad at the shade. Appreciate the tent setting here. Just find a little bit of wind, but it's a beautiful day for some baseball here from Concordia, Kansas. Shell comes set here, and now with the 0-2-1 pitch. That's going to be low and outside. 1-1, I believe, will be the count. No, 3-1. Must have missed a couple balls there early in. 3-1, swing and a miss by Alex Shell, as now count is full here for the first baseman. 3-2 here, grounded left side. That one's going to go bouncing foul, as Shale stays alive to see another day. Trying to face the minimum here is Becker in this bottom of the 4th inning, as he has been dealing after giving up those 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st. 3-2 count here for Shale. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch comes in. That's going to be driven left center field. That's going to be down for a hit. Might even be a double. Shale turns hard at first, but he's going to stay there with a single. Good job by the center fielder jumping on it and keeping Shale to first, but that was a good-looking hit there. Jumped right off the bat, and that's going to keep the line moving here for Marysville. Trying to get something going here now with a little 2-out magic maybe. Jordan Miller will come to the plate. He popped out. Second baseman waves. Bottom of the 2nd inning. So far, 0-4-1. There's going to be first pitch. That's going to be a little high and outside. We're going to call that a ball 1 on the first pitch. There's going to be a drive right to the shortstop. Flips it over the second baseman at second. And that's going to do it for Marysville in the bottom of the 4th. 1 hit, no runs, 1 man left on a base, no errors in the field for Hiawatha. Marysville still trails this one 4-2 as they try and keep this Hiawatha offense right where they're at when we come back for the top of the 5th inning after 60 seconds.
Tension in Marysville is a leading national manufacturer and marketer of custom envelope products. Great career opportunities include operations, sales, customer service, accounting, tech, and administrative support. Go online to tensioncorp.com for the Careers tab for more details on currently available opportunities. And apply today with Tension Corporation in Marysville, an equal opportunity employer.
At Alliance Insurance, we are all excited to announce our long-awaited move to our new location at 715 Broadway. Previously Blue River Eye Care, which is located one door east of our old location. Just look for Dottie Rose. The same personalized service you expect at our new location back on Broadway. So from Tammy, Jen, and Diana, Alliance Insurance, please give us a call for all your insurance needs. 785-562-2393.
Rolling on into the top of the fifth inning here. Marysville American Legion trailing Hiawatha 4-2 here as Wes Anderson back on the bump for the Dogs. He's pitched marvelously here in his last inning and a third, 2 strikeouts, 2 pop-outs. Getting those 4 outs after replacing Wyatt Detweiler, who pitched 2 2.3 innings. Gave up 4 runs, 2 strikeouts on 4 hits and 3 walks. Did a good job pitching, just timely hitting by Hiawatha. And when you get to this level in a state tournament, that's really when it counts. Your pitching really dictates the contest. And if you can get a few timely hits by an offense, all you really need is a 2-run lead, as we have seen the Hiawatha pitcher, Gannon Becker, pitch a marvelous game so far here today. Had a little trouble in the bottom of the first. Since then, faced 3 in the second, 4 in the third, and only 4 there in the fourth, 2 as well. Anderson will face 3-hole hitter Ashton Rocky. He has 2 RBIs, a run scored on a double and a single, 2-for-2 day, and a steal. This one's going to go floating left side. Olsen tracking it, and that's going to land just on the other side of the fence for Carter Olsen. That wind kept pushing it over that way as Rocky lives to survive another day on a 2-1 count. Quickly into the top of the fifth inning already. Hiawatha jumped out to the early 1-0 lead. Marysville came back with 2 runs in the bottom of the second. It was a pitching duel in the second inning. Third inning is when Detweiler ran into a little trouble, gave up 3 runs there. And since then, the Marysville offense just has went dormant here on a warm and windy day. I mentioned it the last half inning. Marysville sent 7 batters to the plate in that first inning. They only had 7 in the next 3 innings combined. Here's going to be a 3-1 pitch. That's going to be high and tight to Rocky as he draws his first walk of the day. So he's going to stay perfect with his 2-2 line, I guess. We're going to go ahead and call it. Runners at first out for Anderson with no outs down. Up comes your cleanup hitter, number 10, Samuel Dunn, shortstop here today for Hiawatha. Was mentioned it early lefty-heavy matchup. I was wrong. If I could keep my directions right, actually all righties. Here's going to be a shallow center fielder coming in. Will be Schmitz. Pulls that down with 1 pitch. That ball kind of drifted a little bit just in that dead triangle zone between short, second, and center fielder. Quickness of Schmitz came in. Excited to see what he can do on the football field upcoming for the Axel Eagles this year. Pair of him, Wyatt Detweiler, Brandon Schmelzley, and Eli Brockschman will be a fun group to watch again as they go for 3 straight 1A Division II state championships on the gridiron. Of course, you can listen to the Eagles all season long. Keep up them here on KNDY. We'll keep you posted when we cover their games. Another team I'm sure we'll be watching in the postseason. Going towards second on a steal will be Rocky. He's in there clearly. That's going to be steal number 3 for Hiawatha in this contest. They're 3 for 3 so far here today. Rocky's got 2 of them. Josh Smith, leadoff hitter, has your other. Pitch was a strike, so 0-1 will be the count. Anderson brings that one. That one's going to be high and out, and it caught him just barely, so a hit by pitch there for Anderson, so steal doesn't do much as we're going to have runners at first and second now only one out still here for Hiawatha in the top of the fifth inning, trying to keep this deficit right where it is, 4-2, as Marysville has trailed since the top of the third. Upcoming will be that timely hitting man we talked about. Caden Smith grounds it to third. Third baseman Olson snags it, throws it on to first. We're not going to have a double play. We will get an out, though, as runners move up 90 feet. Went after the first pitch before I could even mention it. Caden Smith came up with that big 2 RBI double in the third inning, broke this game open with those two runs. Opportunity now here for Hiawatha. Cooper Wishrop. Catcher steps in. Lengthy right-handed batter. Catcher here today. Right back to Anderson. Off the second base back. Scoop by LeDuc. Throw's going to be way too late, and that's going to drive in one more run for Hiawatha. RBI for Wishrop on that single, as one run comes in here for Hiawatha on their first hit of this inning. So the steal and the walk, or the walk turns into a run. How many times do you hear that in a baseball game? Happened already so far here today. Josh Smith, leadoff hitter, 2 walks. He's came around the score here in this half inning. Ashton Rocky started this half inning with a walk. He's come around the score now, and we've got runners at the corners. Wishrop takes off from first. Looks like a courtesy runner there for Hiawatha. Nonetheless, a steal, 4th one for Hiawatha here on the afternoon, as Wes Anderson just looking to get out of this inning without giving up another one and see if this Marysville offense can get anything going here in the bottom of the fifth. That pitch is going to be down and outside, and quickly now way behind in the count is Anderson to Lucas Lancaster. 3-0 is the count. Lancaster worked a walk in his first at-bat, popped out in his second, draws a walk now in his third at-bat, as we've got bases juiced here for Hiawatha in the top of the fifth. Comes down to pitching in this contest, and a few timely hits. Got the timely hits early on. Now Marysville pitching starting to flounder just a little bit. Going to be Michael Holdman coming in now. Anderson throws down a strike. Holdman ground down to pitcher in his first at-bat, took a swinging strike in his second at-bat in the fourth inning. Now tied up this count here, 1-1. 2 outs here for Marysville, looking to keep this deficit where it is. 1 run already in as Ashton Rocky came around to score on the RBI single by Brant Barnhill. 1-1 pitch is going to be high, 2-1 now. Anderson comes set. Anderson only 1 run allowed so far, trying to keep this deficit where it is. That one's going to be low and outside, 2 as well. Was pretty darn close to the zone, but a ball is what it's called. 3-1 pitch now. Bases loaded. Anderson comes set. Bottom of the order up now. Grounded third baseman. It's going to go foul ball. So we're going to go full count now to your 9-hole hitter, as Hiawatha has sent 7 to the plate here in this half inning. 2 outs, 3-2 count. Top of the fifth inning. Runners will be moving. Hiawatha leading this one 5-2. Have already tacked one on here in this fifth. Wes Anderson on the mound looking to get out of it. Comes set with a 3-2 count. There goes the batter. Swing and a miss. Just barely got a hold of that one was Michael Holdman. Foul by about a half an inch there. Anderson about got that big strikeout that he needed, but we're going to have to do it here again. Needs to get it here in the zone, make Holdman swing and miss, or give it a try. 3-2 count again. That one's going to be driven straight back, foul again, as Holdman's right on the timing of this one, just a little off on the level. Wyatt Detweiler started off this contest. Wes Anderson came in for him on relief. Looks like John Hafley's going to come to the mound now. Look to give Anderson just a little bit of a breather. Anderson has struggled so far here in this inning. He came in throwing strikes, struck out 2, popped out 2 more in his first 4 batters. Got through an inning and a third, but here in the fifth started with the walk to Rocker, popped out cleanup hitter Samuel Dunn, then a hit by pitch by Brant Barnhill, another ground out, and with 2 outs, an RBI single by Looper Wishrop drove in a run. Of course, as walks turn into runs, that happens here at this level. Anderson then struggled with Lucas Lancaster, walked him. So already one hit by pitch, 2 walks here in this inning, and only 1 hit, but 1 run so far early on. Proud to bring you Marysville American Legion Baseball here from Concordia, Kansas. Max Blasky on the call. As Marysville's trailed since the top of the third here. It's 5-2. Bases are juiced. Full count to the 9-hole hitter, Michael Oldman. Anderson takes a deep breath here, takes a peek into the pitcher. Afley to the bench now. 3-2. Payoff pitch comes. Nope, we're going to go over to third, try and get everyone moving here. As everyone was taken off there on those 3-2 pitches before. We're going to do it again here. Settle those nerves. Big pitch here for Marysville. Offense hasn't done anything since the bottom of the first, trying to keep this deficit at 3. 3-2 pitch. It's going to be low and outside. Walks in a run as it is now 6-2. Hiawatha with the top of the order coming up next. Only 1 hit here, but already 3 walks in this inning. Nope, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 walks and a hit by pitch. Olson takes this one at third. Josh Smith grounds out, and finally the bleeding is done for Marysville, but not without some damage done too as well. Hiawatha tacks on 2 more here in the top of the 5th. 3 men left on base on only 1 hit, but 3 walks and 1 hit by pitch there for Wes Anderson. As we go into the bottom of the 5th, Hiawatha leads 6-2. We'll be back here in 60 seconds.
Generations have relied on Kinsley's of Marysville, the Patton Funeral Chapel in Frankfort, Hanover Mortuary, Ward Funeral Homes of Lynn and Washington, and Landreth Axtell Funeral Home. You can continue to rely on the professional experience that they provide and the heartfelt concern that they offer each family that they serve. Caring concern in your family's time of need.
For reliable trash pickup and roll-off service, call on Temps Disposal. Containers sized to meet your needs for residential, commercial, and construction jobs. Always prompt and professional, Temps Disposal serves Marshall, Washington, and Gage counties. Let them go to work for you. If it's their weekly collection schedule or one-time pickups for construction, moving, or cleanup, Temps Disposal in Marysville is a phone call away at 785-562-5360.
Ride into summer savings with Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville. This is Andrew Crownover, and with our full selection, be ready to cruise in style and be the envy of the neighborhood with your new ride sitting in the driveway. With new arrivals daily, visit CrownoverAutoSales.com or stop by and see either me or Ethan today.
Marysville American Legion bats needing to get going here as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 6-2. Hiawatha just put up 2 runs in the top of the 5th on the 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, only 1 single that did drive in a run, but it was a big one as Wes Anderson did get out of a bases-loaded jam there, but tough to keep going when this offense hasn't found their stride since the bottom of the 1st inning. Grant Havley's going to lead off. Maybe that's going to get it going right over the pitcher's head. Grant Hafley's going to get his 2nd hit here of the day, 2nd single. Leadoff man, that's what you're supposed to do. Let's get on base. Hafley leads this off with a single, started the game off with a single, and an error by the 3rd baseman from Hiawatha got Hafley around to 2nd. Hafley ended up scoring 1 of the 2 runs for Marysville here early on. But since then, Gannon Becker has been pitching a marvelous game for Hiawatha. Landon Schmidt, center fielder, steps in now. He's 0 for 2, 2 pump outs here on the contest. Tries to lay down this bunt, but will take a strike, I believe, here in the bottom of the 5th. Hafley leads off, was a first-team Sports in Kansas utility player for Marysville earlier on this spring. Marysville had a heck of a run at Sub-State, got all the way to the state tournament, eventually fell in first-round action with a lot of young players, as Hafley is only going to be a 2B junior on that Marysville squad coming up next spring. 0-2 count now on Schmitz as he takes a strike here. looking to get something going. That one's going to be high. Good eye there by Landon. Marysville swinging at a lot of early pitches. Needs to go deep in counts here as this game gets on. Top of the fifth, we're only going to go to the seventh. Here's the drive, left center fielder. That one's dropping quickly, but center fielder gets there with a lot of speed from center fielder Ashton Rocky. Chases that one down in a big outfield here in Concordia. It is 390 to dead center here in Concordia, 325 to the corners on what is a college-size field, but heck of a speed there by Rocky as that's the third pop out for Smits here today, 2 to the outfield. Wes Anderson, 3-hole hitter. He steps in. Hafley takes off for second. Throw is close. Hafley is not, or throw is not in time as Hafley steals second there. Good throw there, though, by the catcher, Wishrop, as he was pretty darn close to getting Hafley. Hafley showing that speed just a little bit quicker. Anderson now drives this one in between the gap between left and center. That one's going to bring Hafley home. Anderson turns around going towards second. RBI double for Anderson, and Marysville sticks one up on the board. Good drive there by Wes Anderson on his second hit here of the day. An RBI double for the Tubby junior from Frankfort. And now your 4-hole hitter, Carter Olson, steps into the left-handed side of the box. His Frankfort teammate standing at second. Marysville finally puts one up. Olson drives on right to the right fielder. That's going to drop in front of the right fielder. Anderson a little slow getting out of the box from second base. But now Marysville's in action here with runners on the corners after that single from Olson. So mentioned it, you never like to see first pitch swinging, but when it's a good pitch, you might as well take it. Olson now on the day, 2 for 2 with a walk in that first inning, and that's going to cause a break to come. We're going to have a pitching visit. We're going to have a quick 30-second timeout here as Marysville's in action with runners in the corners.
Along with several new 2024 Chevy Silverado pickups, the Nordis Motor Company in Marysville has a new 2024 Chevy Blazer, the Premier Package. They have a new 24 Chevy Equinox and a new 24 Chevy Trax, new priced under $26,000 at the Nordis Motor Company in Marysville.
Max Blasky back here in Concordia, Kansas. Marysville in action here, runners at the corners. Olson steals a second. So we've actually got runners now at second and third with Gavin LeDuc at the plate. 0-0 count comes in. That one's going to be a inside strike is going to be the call from behind blue. Marysville already with one run here in this inning. Trail still here 6-3. LeDuc lifts this out to center fielder. We saw the speed from Rocky. He gets that one under. It's going to be a sac fly, though, from Gavin LeDuc. Deep enough to get the runner in from third will be Anderson as Marysville cuts this deficit down to 2 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Ty Mosier now stepping in. An RBI sac fly in his first at-bat, popped out to right field in his second. Runner at second is Carter Olson. Other than that, Marysville's put up 2 here in the bottom of the fifth, answered Hiawatha's 2 in the top of the fifth. This inning, Marysville working with 7 more outs here to go in this contest. They took the early 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first. Gave it up in the top of the third after 3 runs from Hiawatha. Got this now down to 2 as they're taking a long time to look at Olson there at second. Second straight time they've thrown behind Olson at second. Olson, big lead, though. Will take off for third here. Here's going to be a swing. Drives the third baseman in. They're going to throw to first. Throw is wild. And they're going to call him out. Good job by holding on to it over there at first base by Cooper Jacobson as Ty Mosier went running into the first baseman. Tough play there. Tough break for Mosier as he grounds out to the third base side. 2 runs on 2 runs on 3 hits here for Marysville in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1 man left on base. No errors in the field. Marysville still trails 6-4. We'll be back here after this break.
Napa know-how.
Locally owned, locally operated, your Napa Parts store in Marysville offers Napa parts and accessories, plus the tools, equipment, and supplies you need to get every job done right the first time. The right tools at the right price, plus Napa know-how. From your locally owned and locally operated Napa Parts store in Marysville, Enan's Automotive.
Napa know-how.
Turnkey custom home builds with Inline Construction make the home building process as easy as you approving final decisions. From start to finish, let Inline tackle site preparation, foundation, framing, and finish inside and out. Lots are available at Hartley Ridge in North Marysville, or they can build on your site. Call today and get started with Inline Construction.
Farmers, they're the lifeblood of America. The men and women who tackle the toughest jobs to put clothes on our backs and food on our tables. They might do it quietly, but their genuine values and tireless work ethic are an inspiration to us all. Some might say farming is a thankless occupation, so that's why we're taking the time to say thanks. Farm Bureau Financial Services, protecting what matters most.
Patrick Booty in Marysville is your local agent with Marshall County, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Late inning action here from both sides of the squad. Marysville just put up a 2-hole in the bottom of the 5th inning. Going to the top of the 6th, Cooper Jacobson's going to lead this one off for Hiawatha. He is 1 for 2 so far here today with 2 pop-outs. They have a single and a run scored in that 3-run top of the 3rd way back, what seems like a long time ago. Wes Anderson back on the mound here, looking to deal. Behind, though, to Jacobson. Left-handed hitter drives that one home on the 2-0 count. It is now 2-2-1. Marysville just put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. It all started with a single and a steal by Grant Hafley. Driving him home with a double was Wes Anderson, before Carter Olson drove Anderson home with a single of his own. Gavin LeDuc and Ty Mosier popped out to get that one. LeDuc's going to take this high chopper at second, throw on to first out of the inning. A big one for Marysville. They're trying to keep this deficit right here at 2 runs. Marysville and Hiawatha faced off earlier this season. 7-5 was your score in the first win game, and what was a close one, 9-1 blowout win for Hiawatha in the second contest. Talking to a few people from around the area, they've got a Hiawatha team, Corning area, Team 2 as well. They said both of those teams they think could possibly make a run at this state title, but Marysville giving Hiawatha all they can handle. Marysville was up 2-1 at the bottom of the first before a big 3-run inning in the 3rd for Hiawatha. 2 runs apiece there in the 5th has kept this deficit at 2, as Wes Anderson trying to keep it at 2 and keep that hot offense, get them right back on the field. So quickly behind, 2-3-hole hitter Ashton Rocky, 3-0. He is 2 for 2 so far with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and 2 steals. Also a nice running catch there in center fielder, and we're going to add a walk to his tally now, as Anderson has walked his 4th so far here in his pitching outing, where he took over midway through the 3rd inning. Wyatt Detweiler with 2 2/3, gave up 4 runs. So far, Anderson has given up 2 runs in 2 2/3 inning. And, of course, just as we start speaking with him, John Hafley takes a visit to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll come back here after this 60-second break.
Farming is your way of life. State Farm agent John Bannister gets that. State Farm's farm policies are designed to deliver broad, flexible coverage customized to how you run your operation. Protect what you've worked hard to build. John is proud to tailor coverage to meet the vast needs of your farm. Contact State Farm agent John Bannister, 1022 Broadway in Marysville today.
When you're building, make the local choice with Cromie Lumber. Close to home, spend your time working and not fetching. Easy pickup or delivery available, and their prices are competitive on all of your building needs. From lumber to siding, roofing, paint, windows, and doors, to the tools to get the job done. Make the easy choice the first time with Cromie Lumber, Marysville and Washington. As always, they appreciate your business as they work to help you save time and money. When you're building, make the local choice with Cromie Lumber. As summer temperatures heat up, so are opportunities at Landall Company.
Landall in Marysville offers stable employment with advancement opportunities, annual raises, 4% attendance bonus, $2 per hour shift differential, competitive wages and benefits that include profit sharing, fuel allowance to drive to work, comprehensive insurance with a $500 deductible, and more. Learn more and apply online at landall.com today. EEO Vets and Disabilities welcome. Learn more at landall.com.
Pitching change for the Marysville Senior American Legion squad here today. Center fielder Landon Schmitz will take over. Moving out to center field, taking his spot will be Wyatt Detweiler. So an Axel Eagle switches for an Axel Eagle. Moving back to shortstop will be Wes Anderson. After Anderson goes 2 2/3 inning, he gives up 2 runs, walks 4, hits 1 batter, gets 2 strikeouts, 2 as well. Has a runner on first responsible for him after his fourth walk of the day. Ashton Rocky stands at first while cleanup hitter Samuel Dunn, shortstop, now steps into the plate. Righty is 0 for 3 so far here today, and Schmitz gets ahead of him 0-1 on a first pitch strike. Takes a peek over to the first, now brings a 1-0 home. That one's going to be grounded in between Schmitz. Hafley, it's going to be a tight play by the speedy Ashley. No, got him, did LeDuc. Good job there by the second baseman, Gavin LeDuc. A quick play there at first by the quick Samuel Dunn, but a big second out for the Marysville Senior American Legion squad. Good job by Schmitz pitching to contact, trying to keep this deficit right here at 2. 6-4 is our score. Top of the 6th inning as Landon Schmitz fires this one home down the middle, quickly ahead of Brent Barnhill, 0-1. Barnhill so far today, he is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Did come around to score a run, and that hit by pitch drove home a run. So no official hit in the hit column so far today, but still an RBI and a run goes along with a strikeout, too, back in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch here by Schmitz. That one's going to be popped high. LeDuc under that one. First baseman under that one. And Shale will claim that one. So good job pitching there by the Marysville American Legion squad as quickly goes down the Hiawatha team. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base, no errors in the field. 6 more outs for Marysville as they come back in the bottom of the 6th inning.
It takes a lot of know-how to run an ag business right. One of the most important things is choosing the right financial partner. That's why so many producers work with us. When it comes to agriculture, you can count on our experience. For land appraisal and more, you can talk to one. We're local, and we're here to help you grow. Citizens State Bank, Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Don't make that money for nothing here on KNDY as you've got Senior American Legion Baseball coming through your speakers. 6 more outs to try and pull off this comeback victory for Marysville as they trail 6-4 here going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Wyatt Detweiler will lead off as he's just took over on the mound for Marysville. Back out there for Hiawatha, Gannon Becker has been pitching a marvelous game so far today. He is your starter. He has only allowed 4 runs. Well, I don't have a quite hit total for Marysville here real quick. Only 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, and make that 2 walks actually so far here today for Becker. 2-1 here. Smith is ahead in the count. Righty-righty matchup. 2-1 count comes in. Smith fouls that one straight back. as we're knotted up now at 2-2. Excuse me, Detweiler there, getting my Eagles mixed up here on a Friday afternoon. 2-2 count. That's grounded right back up the middle. Shortstop has it. You got a little bobble. Speed from Detweiler, and it's going to be in time for the out over there at first. Saw the speed that Detweiler possesses, but he's 0 for 3 so far here on today's mark. Alex Shale will step up now, first baseman. He is 1 for 2 with a ground out in the second and a single in the fourth. That single was sandwiched in between two pop-outs. There's going to be a drive to left fielder over the head of the left fielder as Shale gets all the way to second base in a sliding in double. That ball carried a little bit farther than I think everyone thought. It went pushing out to that left field, just kept that ball going. So a double here with only one out for Marysville, trailing by 2 here, 6-4 in the bottom of the sixth inning as Jordan Miller will step to the plate. Runner in scoring position. Miller is 0 for 2 so far on the day with a pop-out to third and a ground out to shortstop. So everything pulled here so far today by Miller. This pitch is on the outer half, but it is going to be called a strike in what has been lenient zone, I think we're going to call it so far here today. Becker comes set with a man in scoring position. That one's going to be outside here, just a few inches off the far side of the plate. 1-1 is the count. Marysville went scoreless for 3 innings in the middle of this contest, second, third, and fourth, before coming up with 2 in the bottom of the fifth. Runner in scoring position here, trying to cut the deficit to 1, but quickly behind in the count is Miller. 1-2. Quick pitch, swing, and a strikeout for Jordan Miller. First strikeout of the day for Hiawatha and for Marysville, too, as well, as that changeup really got Miller swinging around. Grant Hafley trying not to let this lead-off double get away from Marysville, at least get 1 run in so far here today. Hafley 2 for 3. First pitch is going to be in the dirt, ball 1. Hafley came around to score on both of his at-bats, has a steal 2 to his name. Good eye there, down and away again to Hafley, 2-0. There's going to be a drive center fielder. That's going to be right where the center fielder needs it. And quickly, Marysville goes down in order after the 1-out double from Alex Shale. Marysville gets 1 hit on 0 ones, 1 man left on base, no errors in the field. Marysville still trailing 6-4. We'll be right back here in 60 seconds.
If you're a driver over 50, it may be time to switch your auto insurance. The AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford is now available through Copeland Insurance Agency in Marysville. Call today for your free, no-obligation quote. Learn more about special rates, benefits, and service designed especially for AARP members. Call the Copeland Insurance Agency at 619-6220. That's 619-6220. Certain policy features are subject to eligibility and may not be available in all states. Hartford Fire Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut.
When you start a plumbing or electrical project, make sure that you have what you need to get the job done. If you don't have everything you need, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber can help. Stocking a full line of electrical wiring, switches, boxes, and everything to the fixtures and even light bulbs. For that plumbing task, there's pipes, connectors and joints, faucets, toilets, and accessories. From an installation or remodel to a simple repair, get the plumbing and electrical supplies you need at one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
Back half of this contest here for the Marysville American Legion squad. They trail 6-4 as we go into the top of the 7th inning. Need to keep this deficit right where it's at, as Landon Schmitz will be right back on the bump. Got the last 2 outs of the 6th inning to ground outs using that defense. Marysville had runners in scoring possession that last half inning. Alex Shale got himself a double, but a strikeout and a pop-out by Miller and Hafley couldn't allow a run to come in, as Gannon Becker has been pitching a marvelous game for Hiawatha so far here today. First pitch, though, from Smith to the big Caden Smith DH is going to run in and hit him. So Hiawatha in business already with one runner on here, looking to extend their lead. Third pitcher so far here for Marysville, Wyatt Detweiler started this contest off. He pitched 2 2/3 inning, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Wes Anderson took over for Detweiler. He went 2 2/3. He gave up 2 runs on 1 hit, 4 walks though, and 1 hit by pitch for Anderson was really the killer for Wes. And now Landon Schmidt so far 2/3 of an inning, but with trouble already here in the top of the 7th. Last chance for romance coming up for Marysville in the bottom of the 7th. It will be the heart of the order. 2-hole hitter Landon Schmitz, followed by the pair of Wildcats, Wes Anderson and Carter Olson. If anyone gets on base, it will be Gavin LeDuc. But right now, we've got to worry about the top of the 7th, keeping this deficit right here at 6-4. Pitch is going to be low and away to Cooper Wistrup. And this one's going to be, we're going to pick off the runner at first. Couldn't quite see the call over there as the runner at first, courtesy runner for Hiawatha, got a little bit too fancy over there. Ryan Hagman got in there as a courtesy runner. Marysville, if you remember, way back in the first inning, got leadoff man Josh Smith caught in a rundown. So second time now Marysville's thrown over to first. First time didn't quite get the runner, now he did. So bases are empty now. Count's going to go to the way of Marysville on the first pitch strike to Wistrop. Catcher for Hiawatha so far today, he is 1 for 2. That runner, good thing he wasn't on there, because second hit by pitch now by Landon Schmidt as he hits Wistrop. So 2 hit by pitches here in this inning. Smits came in through strikes there, top of the 6th inning, but now having a little command troubles here, top of the 7th, just trying to keep this deficit at 2. Big righty Lucas Lancaster, third baseman, will step in now. He's drawn 2 walks, popped out, got as far as second base so far here in this one, so officially 0 for 1. First pitch to Lancaster. We're going to throw over to first, too, as well. Again, another close play over at first as Wistrop got back in time for that one. Landon Schmitz brings it home. There's going to be a drive in between the center and right fielder. That's going to drop for a hit. Ty Mosier gets to it quickly, though. Holds runners at second and first. But a single now for Lancaster on his first hit of the afternoon gives runners first and second for Hiawatha with only 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Right or left fielder Micah Holman steps in now. He had himself a walk, strikeout, and a ground out, officially 0 for 2. That walk did drive home a run in the 2-run 5th inning for Hiawatha. Second pitch strike, as we're knotted up here at 1-1 on the high strike. Landon Schmitz brings this 1-1 pitch home. It's going to be grounded to Olson, slow runner. He's going to get the lead runner at third. Good play there by the third baseman as a sacrifice there for Holman. Wistrop's going to be out. Lancaster moves up to second, so still runners at first and second for Olson. Oldman runs well, so no need to try and force that throw all the way to first, where he can just step on third base. Here's going to be a first swing and a miss for Josh Smith. Smith started off this contest with 2 walks in the first and third inning. Both of them came around to score before striking out in the 4th and grounding out in the 5th. Here's going to be a drive left field, though. That's going to be foul and out of play. Count in the way of Marysville, 0-2. Landon Smith looking to get out of this top of the 7th inning, giving his offense one more chance in the bottom of the 7th. It will be Smith, Anderson, and Olson up first for Marysville. If anyone gets on board, it will be Gavin LeDuc in the hole. It's going to be 1-2 now on the pitch. Smits brings this one home. It's going to be low and outside. Ball gets away. Runners are going to move up 90 feet on the pass the ball. Second pass the ball here today, both by Marysville pitchers. And now we've got runners in golden scoring position here for Hiawatha, looking to extend this lead as they hold it 6-4. Marysville jumped out to a 2-run lead in the first, but gave up 3 in the third, 2 in the fifth. And Marysville answered back with 2 in the bottom of the fifth. And now this 2-2 pitch is going to be high and inside, 3-2. 3-2 pitch to the leadoff holder with runners on second and third. Landon Schmitz comes set. This is going to be driven high to the third base side. Left fielder giving a chase. It will be gloved by left fielder out there, Grant Hafley, as Marysville gets out of it with a pop-out. One final at bat coming up for Marysville after 1 hit, no runs, 2 men left on base for Hiawatha, no errors in the field in the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for romance for the Marysville American Legion squad as we come back in 60 seconds.
Croc Family Insurance is here to help you find the right insurance products to protect what matters most to you. As an independent agency, they represent over 80 companies that allow options for the right products at the right cost. See Brian Croc today for home, auto, commercial coverage, and more. Call or stop by at 1119 Broadway, just west of the courthouse in Marysville. Find them online at crocfamilyinsurance.com. For complete coverage and a competitive quote, reach out to Croc Family Insurance in Marysville.
At RX Drugstore, the staff at your locally owned Health Mart Pharmacy is proud to support the Marysville and area communities. This is where they choose to live and work. It is important for them to get to know you, their customer, as they provide prescription, over-the-counter, and durable medical equipment services to meet your healthcare needs. They take pride in offering fast and friendly hometown service. RX Drugstore would like to thank you for keeping it local and appreciates your business. Stop in and see them in downtown Marysville today.
Gannon Becker back on the mound for Hiawatha, looking to close out this complete game. Looking to move them on to the second round, taking on Smith County. Marysville, 3 more outs. A lot can be done in 3 outs as the heart of the order is up for the Marysville Seneca American Legion squad. Leading it off, it will be Landon Schmitz, and he is due. He is 0 for 3. A soft contact, though. The fly ball center fielder, that one's taken on the first pitch. Pop out to center fielder for your first out in the bottom of the 7th. Wes Anderson now with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th for Marysville. He is officially 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a steal, and an RBI, a pop-out sandwiched in between there. Anderson, soft grounder, right side. It's going to be a foul ball to start off his at-bat. When we get done here with this contest, we'll take a quick break, come back, recap this one, remind everyone when our next broadcast will be coming up tomorrow. Looking like now tomorrow afternoon. Here's going to be a pitch. That one's low and away. Anderson knocks this one up here at 1-1. 1-1 pitch for Anderson. Drives it high. That's going to be pitcher. It's going to be floating right side. Is it going to get out of play? Just gets out of play there, but it still will be a strike for Anderson. 1-2 pitch now for the junior from Frankfort. On deck next will be Carter Olson, third baseman. 1 out here for Marysville, trailing 6-4, bottom of the 7th. Marysville led 2-1 after the end of first, gave up 3 in the top of the 3rd. Each team scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th, or in the 5th inning. It's been a low-scoring affair so far. There's going to be a drive shortstop side. Anderson trying to run this one out, throw across the diamond. He is out. 2 down for Marysville. Last chance lies in the hands of Carter Olson. Olson officially 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a walk, and a steal so far here today. Lefty steps into the bat here. 2 down for Marysville. First pitch deals. That one's going to be low and inside. 0-1 now on Olson. 0-1 pitch coming in from Becker. That one's going to be a called strike. That one looked a little bit outside, but we're going to call it a strike nonetheless. Becker brings it in on the 1-1. That one's going to be a little bit inside. Becker's pitched the complete game so far here in this one. We'll have complete stats as soon as this one rolls up. 1-2 pitch. Olsen takes a drive. Right field, but the wind's going to keep this one in. That's going to drop, though, for a double as Olsen digs for two. So runner in scoring position. Still live here for Marysville as Olsen keeps his perfect day alive here in this one. Gavin Leduc will come up now with one runner in scoring position. Leduc with 1 RBI in the first inning so far, 1 for 3 though, with a ground out and a pop out in the third and fifth. Gavin Leduc looking for one breakthrough. That one goes over the head of Leduc as he ducks out of the way of that one. Olsen keeps this bottom half of the 7th inning alive with a 2-out double. Olsen sets at second. Gavin Leduc at the plate. That one's fouled straight back into the netting. Last chance here for Marysville, trailing 6-4. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. 1-1 count now for second baseman Gavin Leduc as Carter Olsen sets at second base. That one's going to be a little bit high and away. 1-2 or 2-1 is your count. Becker brings it set. That one's going to be driven right up the middle. Second baseman grabs it, throws it across the diamond, and that is your ball game. Ground out to the shortstop for the final out. Your final here, Hiawatha 6, Marysville 4 in first round action of the Senior American League Tournament from Concordia, Kansas. Marysville falls in this one, drops to 17-15 on the year. Meanwhile, Hiawatha will move on and face Smith County tomorrow. We're going to take a quick timeout, bring it right back here to Concordia for final stats and wrap-ups. Again, Marysville falls in first-round action of the 2024 Kansas American Legion Class 2A State Tournament, 6-4 to Hiawatha. We'll be back after this.
Summer's here, and while you're enjoying those carefree summer nights, the last thing on your mind is winter. But winter will be here before you know it, and with it come unpredictable propane prices. Life is unpredictable enough as it is. Lock in your propane price with a contract from Kramer Oil so you'll know what to expect all year round. By choosing Kramer Oil, you can adapt to market changes and potentially save money by purchasing propane when prices dip. Plus, when the carefree days of summer are gone, our delivery drivers will ensure your tank's always full so you stay warm no matter what. Visit KramerOil.com or call us at 562-2466 to secure your propane contract today. Our friendly team is ready to help you lock in the savings and comfort for the whole season. Kramer Oil, keeping you warm without the worry.
Fresh as fresh can be, Papa Dave's Veggies are garden fresh and available each Saturday morning at the Farmers Market in Marysville. Pick of the crop with guaranteed fresh, all locally grown garden produce. Catch Dave Bruna Saturday mornings at the Marysville Farmers Market or stop by the garden on North 6th Street. His phone number 785-562-6341.
Marysville American Legion falls to Hiawatha by a final score of 6-4. Marysville led after one inning, 2-1, and then pitcher Gannon Becker just took over for Hiawatha after that one. Shut out Marysville all the way until the 5th inning. Marysville finally put up 2 runs in the 5th inning, had an opportunity with a 2-out double by Carter Olsen in the bottom of the 7th, but couldn't come through with a big hit in this one as Marysville again falls 6-4 to Hiawatha. That means our next broadcast will be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. right here on KNDY FM 94.1 AM 1570, and of course online at KNDYradio.com and in our KNDY mobile app. Just a few pitching stats to give away for you. Wyatt Detweiler started this contest for Marysville. He went 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 4 runs. He's going to take the loss on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Wes Anderson came in for relief of him. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 2 strikeouts, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, and 4 walks for Anderson. Landon Schmitz ended out this game pitching an inning and 2/3. He hit 2 batters, gave up no runs on no hits either to round out this contest. As for the bats for Marysville, it was the top of the order. Grant Hafley went 2 for 4 in this contest. Wes Anderson ended up going 2 for 4 too as well. Carter Olson in the middle of this order, officially a 3 for 3 game with a walk too as well, but they cannot get him around the score. Bottom of the order, not so hot as Ty Mosier went 0 for 1. Gavin Leduc ended up going 1 for 3. Wyatt Detweiler went 0 for 3. Alex Shale did go 2 for 3, and Jordan Miller went 0 for 3 in this one. Meanwhile, I'm going to say the pitcher of the game was Hiawatha's Gannon Becker. He ended up going 7 innings, only gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks given up. Again, Marysville American Legion falls in first-round action of this Class AA state baseball tournament. They will take on Independence in the bottom half of this bracket tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Meanwhile, on the top side, winner of this one, Hiawatha, will take on Smith County tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Concordia Corning coming up next year after this contest. Meanwhile, later this evening, top seed Iola will take on 8-seeded Norton. Again, your final score here from Concordia, 6-4 as Marysville falls in first-round action. We'll see you all 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. For Bruce Dierken and Katie Jeter back in the studio, this has been Max Blasky on the call here this afternoon. We thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you bright and early Saturday morning.